Now let's shift attention to Europe, where we're going to talk about Lufthansa, or its more official or full name, Deutsche Lufthansa. Of course, it's the largest airline in Europe by, I think, passengers carried, size of its fleet, turnover, probably number of employees. It's got a couple of operational subsidiaries which use names like Eurowings and so on. It's also the founder member of the Global Star Alliance. Not that that's worth two beans from a value point of view, but remember that Star Alliance is kind of way of linking up all of the, what do you call them, loyalty programs.
That's right.
The airlines
SAA
run.
is a member there.
Yeah. Small though. I mean, for a big company that's been around a long time, to have a market cap of only 4.77 billion euros is a bit odd, but that will tell you that perhaps the value hasn't always been there. Price earnings ratio of 4, also reflecting a bit of a depressed market view of the company. Dividend yield of 1.5%. So big player, lots of planes, based in Frankfurt, very well run, I should think.
Yeah, it's got its attributes, but the problem is the region it generally operates in, and as we know, there's not a lot of growth coming out of Europe in that regard. That constrains demand for air travel, and they're really struggling at the moment. I mean, they're cutting the dividend. It's not a bad dividend, but they are cutting it. Their cargo division is faltering a little bit. So, yeah, they're under some pressure as a group. Increased competition in the region, and as well as terrorism fears in Europe specifically are dampening demand for travel. So yeah, they've got some problems.
Bit of a depressing mix. Let's have a look at the share chart. Again, here we're looking at one that had an all-time high of 22 euros and is currently trading at 10. So again, that reflects heavy, tough sledding. Remember, it was state-owned until 1994, at which point it was privatized, and it now has institutional shareholders as well as retail German subsidiaries. It used to be a major customer of Boeing because, of course, after the Second World War, when air travel was kind of legalized, there was a lot of US-German kind of economic cooperation. But of course, in recent years, it's become a major customer of Airbus because Airbus is kind of like a European quasi-semi-state-owned conglomerate, which, you know, obviously has lots of trade-related deals and manufacturing sweetheart deals with European nations, of which Germany is the largest. So it's natural. They are the largest, I think, owner of Airbus A380s. And they fly them up and down, including the Johannesburg route. But what's not to like about this company? Run by Germans, 120,000 efficient employees being super friendly and efficient on board. Why don't
one click?
I mean, I've always had great experience with flying into Frankfurt as a major destination on the South African leg, and then you fly onwards from there.
Nothing wrong with the service. I think the problem with this business, if you look at the financials, is they've got quite a rigid cost base.
Speaking of their employees, there was the one fellow who flew his plane into the Alps. That was a unfortunate incident.
So they do have some employee issues.
Damn.
And they had some labor relation issues that have been going for a few years with the pension schemes and that type of thing.
And the employees are actually something of a fairly significant shareholder in the privatization process.
Correct. So a business like this, rigid cost base, you can't adapt to the other changes in the oil price, currencies.
But the far bigger issues you mentioned up front is that it's not a great time right now, and that's why the share price is depressed. So not hot on this.